Financial independence, retire early. Defense, not offense. Hi, I'm financial planner Sean Mullaney. Let's discuss. So the financial independence, retire early movement, sometimes referred to as FI or FIRE, it sometimes comes in for some criticism. It says, well, wait a minute. You might be 50 or 55 years old and you're no longer working, you're no longer productive. Are you really going to like that? Is that realistic, right? Aren't there drawbacks to this model of maybe shooting for an early retirement or shooting for financial independence? And it's sort of viewed as sort of an offensive play in the personal finance space. Like, oh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this great goal and I'm going to get to retirement at age 48 or 52 or whatever it might be, okay? And it's viewed through this lens of like you're playing offense in your personal financial life. And it's viewed of this like, well, wait a minute, do you really want to be retired and not working anymore at age 52? I think folks should rethink FI a little bit and FIRE. I think it's a defensive play, not an offensive play. And so here's what I mean by that. Are you convinced that 20 years from now, you're going to be able to earn an income? Are you convinced that 20 years from now, your current job will exist? Are you convinced that 20, 10, 15 years from now, the job you're aspiring to will exist? I think we have to think about, well, wait a minute, there's some possibilities personal finance should be covering. And some of those are, it may be that we're not able to earn an income in the future through W-2 work or even self-employed work. And there are many, many reasons for that. Maybe it's you get injured or become disabled and you'll be really glad you had those financial assets to fall back upon. Or maybe you're just in an industry or a profession that for whatever reason becomes irrelevant in the future, right? It's automated out of existence or consumer demand changes around it, right? We just can't be so sure that we're going to be able to make a living through our labor in perpetuity, right? So, I think there is a lot of emphasis on this early retirement and a lot of folks don't like it. I don't think of it as an offensive play so much as a defensive play. All you're trying to do is get to a position where work is optional, where your job does not need to exist in order for you to live somewhat comfortably from a financial perspective. I hope that helps reshape the discussion around FI. I think sometimes it's like, oh, these people are hedonistic, or they're thinking, it's unrealistic to work for 20 years and then never work again. I think it's, hey, you know what? You better be covering that possibility that for whatever reason, whether it's due to your own circumstances, to industry, consumer circumstances, automation, whatever it is, you ought to have some defense in your financial life. And that's where the FIRE movement adds the most value, in my humble opinion. What do you think about the FIRE movement? I know it's controversial. Leave your comments below. If you like this video, please mash that like button, and I will see you next time.